As a business owner, you've probably heard of a CRM tool. It's a customer relationship management tool, and it is a software that's used to help manage your customers and your sales pipeline. Today, I want to talk to you about why it's so important to have one as a business and why it is vital to have one as you consider the process of selling your business. My name is Ryan Scheidemantel. I'm a certified exit planning advisor with the Doescher Group, and we help level the playing field for self-made business owners like you. So, like I said, I think you've probably heard of a CRM tool. You may not be totally familiar with it, what it is, but I imagine that as the owner, you are thinking through how to better manage the potential sales that are coming through your business. You know, someone can call, you can get a job that way. They email, you get a job that way. They hear about you from somebody else, you get introduced directly, you get a job that way. But how are you tracking all of these different leads? We've heard everything from I've got a legal pad to an Excel spreadsheet to it's all in my head. And every once in a while, music to my ears, someone mentions, I've got it in my CRM tool. Now, you may be thinking, why do I need to get a piece of software to manage something that I can put in an Excel spreadsheet? CRM tools give you the capability to follow up on leads, to better manage your pipeline, and to learn from how your prospects move through your sales pipeline so that you can do things like hire salespeople and hold them accountable to the standards of your organization. If your business is growing and performing well, you do have a feeling that your sales team is performing well. And if you're getting new inquiries, you probably have a sense that your marketing efforts are working well also. But with most business owners, I like to ask some of the following questions and just see if they're aware of them, because it will tell me one of two things. A, they either have a CRM tool that they're utilizing, or B, there's definitely a need within the organization to add something like this to give more insight into the sales process. So number one, how many new opportunities came in last month? Is that above, below, or equal to the previous month? Is that at your goal? What is your goal? What's your close rate? What's the average length of time for your sales cycle? How long does it take someone to become a client after they reached out? How much revenue do you have available in your current opportunities? And how often does it take you to reach out to close a deal? All these questions can be hard to answer if your sales process is run through your phone, your inbox, or even a nicely organized spreadsheet. And that's typically why I recommend that every business have a CRM tool. This customer relationship management software helps you track your sales process from the moment you first connect with a potential customer to the time a sale is closed. It provides capabilities along the way to log calls, schedule appointments, input notes, and much more to build a clear picture around the status of every deal. Now, your team can really benefit from a CRM because it allows you to help everybody understand what does it mean to be a good salesperson at our organization. So maybe you say something like this: we want to grow our business by 10% next year, which means adding $250,000 in new revenue. It's a great goal, and the owner likely believes it's achievable. For the owner, tracking this goal may be done mostly on feel and knowing how the business typically ebbs and flows throughout the year. But for a new team member, they don't have that same sense. They don't know the business the way you do. So they need a system to help them succeed, and you need one to ensure they're doing the right things. Without a CRM in place, the owner will mostly be leading their salesperson off of how things feel rather than based on reality. This can lead to frustration and just be messy for both parties. With a CRM, key metrics are defined that allow leaders to point their teams in the right direction of actions that lead to new business. For example, if we know that we close 25% of all the opportunities that come in, we know that we need 4 new jobs in the next 6 months. We now know that we need to generate at least 16 opportunities for our sales team to be chasing. So if you want to better be able to predict how the next quarter is going to go, you can now look back and say, okay, we generated 200 opportunities in the last quarter, and we know that we typically close 20% of those right now. That means we're going to have 40 new clients in the next quarter, or maybe the quarter after, depending on your sales cycle. But what would it look like if you close 25%, 30%? The goal of this is that now you just have a more predictable path to future success within your business. So now you can project next year, okay, what are the levers we can pull to increase the revenue of our business? That could be going after larger jobs. It could be closing more of the opportunities you have, or just in general creating more opportunities. There's a lot of different levers that you're now able to pull because you're able to see what's happening, where you're losing business, where you're gaining business, where you're priced incorrectly. All those things really come from the point of whatever you measure is what you manage. And so I think that's also a strong sales pitch for having a CRM. CRM is also just a great way to take all the random information floating in your head about your clients, their histories, prior negotiations, interactions, maybe their quirks and goals, things that they love. Like, for example, if I was in somebody's CRM, they'd probably mention that I love a good cup of coffee. So, a great way to sell me something is to invite me to go get a cup of coffee at the bougiest looking coffee shop in your area. And it just allows you to have more of that information that's passed on so that everybody in the organization is able to see more of it, and allows you to hand things off to your team, so better delegate those things. So let's say you're an owner that's considering selling your business. One of the main questions you're going to get through a sales process is, what's your backlog and what is your pipeline? The backlog is work that you already have signed, but you haven't done yet. So it could be, we won this project and this project is going to happen in August. It's January right now, so we know that revenue is coming. Your pipeline is the opportunities you have that are out there, but we don't have a date set. No one has signed anything with us. We're still actively chasing them. And what potential buyers want to see is that pipeline getting updated. It's okay if you lose deals within the pipeline, as long as you're tracking why you're losing those. But if you win big ones and they've seen them in there the whole time, it just continues to give positive reassurance to that buyer as to why your business is a good investment. And like I said, you're going to be asked about it a lot in that sales process, just along with having clean financials. I did a different video on FP&A and why that's important to have your financial planning and analysis. And that is a thing that comes up a ton in any sales process as well. So if this sounds like something that you believe would be helpful to you, I'd love to chat about it more, give you ideas of CRM tools to use, or just show you how they can be helpful in a real example. Like I said, not only are they going to be helpful in the potential sale process of your business, but they're going to help things run more smoothly on a day-to-day basis.